on my way, hey, I'm on my way, hey, I'm on my way. Hey, I'm on my way, hey, I'm on my way, hey, I'm on my way. Hey, I'm on my way, hey, I'm on my way.
Alright, there we go. What's up, Coach Bergen here, and this is the Coach Bergen Show. I'm here with Descendant, and I'm here with Eddie. Alright, we're going to try to set up this phone so that way we can keep the live going while we film, but we might not all be in it, so we'll figure it all out as we go. But, alright, so today we got a couple different guests with us, and, you know, as you know, Corey is moving to Colorado, so, you know, I'm running things and making this happen and keeping it going, and we're going to improve as we go and learn as we flow. So, alright, so tell me, how did you get started with, you know, with rap and all of that? And writing songs and...
Interestingly enough, I got introduced to the Insane Clown Posse when I was like 11 years old. And my best friend, Ant Masadi, put me on to him, Tech Nine, and whatnot over the years. And just really like the storytelling and just the creativity behind both of those guys. And yeah, we just decided to make our first album about like songs about the cat, songs about like his sisters and whatnot. It was just like a joke. And it ended up being something that we were able to like channel through like our early years of like emotions and becoming like a teenager and whatnot, but just had a lot of positive energy, and yeah, just kind of took off from there.
Awesome.
So started as a joke, turned into what I love to do.
Something real.
Yeah.
Well, that's great.
Yeah.
You know, that's probably the best way to fall into it too.
Just stumble right into it.
And they say you do your best when you're like in a stress-free state of mind, like when you're not worried, when you're just like,
it just comes natural.
Yeah. You know, so and so you might have heard me like 10 minutes ago. I was playing one of your songs. That's because somebody had posted in the comments when I said we were going to be doing this podcast. They said, make sure you listen to this song. And so I don't even remember what the name of it was. I know I just read it 2 seconds ago. Was it Like You?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
So I noticed you do a lot of storytelling in that. You know, like you tell like your perspective on things, and how, you know, just so. What was your inspiration for that song?
It was a culmination of a bunch of different things at that time. Without getting into too much detail, there was just a lot of trust issues between some of my friends and people that I was working with musically. But I felt like I had to do it because for so long I've been doing such positive music, like since like 2010 when we did like Live Love Life, or 2009, just talking about smoking weed and this and that. So like I never really did too much stuff that was like angry.
Right.
And when I heard that beat, it just came at the perfect time, and I was just like, shout out to Flash Beats, that shit is crazy. But it just kind of came over me. I was like, no, this is my time to talk my shit. Like, and I think that as an artist, that's something that like I need to do. I can't just stay in like one lane or one type of genre or one just box of a category. I like to kind of branch myself out and take chances, even if I embarrass myself.
Yeah, I do.
It came out good.
I hate being in a box too.
Yeah.
You know? And so part of like what I call myself is a positivity promoter, because I didn't want to just do personal training or just do health coaching or just do life coaching. And then I wanted to start making all these different documentaries. And so basically I had to create my own job title so that way I could do whatever the fuck I wanted.
Exactly.
And it seems like you're trying to do the same kind of thing with music. It's just you want to just do what the fuck you're doing, and it is what it is.
Yep.
You know?
Keep it fresh.
Exactly.
Yeah, keeping it fresh, which is good. All right, so of all the songs that you've done, that you've created, what's been your favorite one?
It's a heavy question. Man, I don't know if I have a favorite.
What about the most meaningful?
Most meaningful. I think overall one of the most meaningful songs was Let Go, because it didn't just affect like people that I didn't know, like fans that I have across the country or in a different in a different state, but most importantly, like the people close to me. Like they always receive my music well, but like certain people, like one of my homies, he used to be an artist and he's one of my photographers now, BP. Just like the way that he reacted to it at first and how much he still supports, like he still posts that shit till this day. That came out like 2 years ago. But I think as far as like a lasting effect, the process of writing that song, like between writing and recording, it took me like 6 months, and that never happens. Like I'm usually I can like write a song in a day and record it like later in the week or something. But like that was something I had to take in like pieces. Okay. As far as like lyrically, emotionally, and then when I recorded it, I took like, I think it was like 4 months not smoking. So just I want my voice to be peak. Wow. And that was just a big process, and the fact that we could do the video the way that we did, you know, showcasing the whole heroin problem out here. Like my sister was affected insanely by that. She lost a bunch of her friends to it, and so it definitely hit home. So I think that would be like the most meaningful, because I definitely don't have a favorite. I have so many favorites throughout the years, but that is definitely like so far the most meaningful.
Nice. Okay. I like it. And you know, this just came to my mind as you were explaining that, you know, wait, Letting Go? That's not the one I was listening to earlier. No. Okay. All right. So my bad.
A lot more calmer.
I was gonna say. So it really symbolized letting go of all the things that you were stressing on in life. Yeah. But maybe it still kind of did.
I say it in different ways. Yeah. I definitely touch base on my stress, depression, and all that stuff. So very frequently throughout my songs.
Yeah. The song that I like most about, like, that I've heard you do was one that you did here that I caught on film, and then I used it in the Coach Bergen Show. You were saying, like, you say that you want, you know, my spot, you know, you say.
Oh, you say, yep.
You say that's what it is?
Yep.
Okay. Yep. So tell me about that song. What inspired that?
Oh, man. I think that was kind of like along the same lines as like you, because I really don't do too much even like gritty hip hop stuff like that anymore. Like I used to do it a lot as a kid, kind of like throughout the years I have, but just haven't released any of it. I have like probably 4 or 5 songs that are like straight hip hop that I just haven't dropped yet, but like I do it as fun because the singing's kind of been more my thing lately. But you say came from a certain inspiration. I don't really want to discuss it on camera. All right. But it's definitely another like talk my shit kind of thing. Yeah. Just kind of relating to certain instances in my life recently. It's just like the whole trust issue thing kind of thing. Like people want to say that they want to be in my position, right, but you don't want to put in the work that it took to get there. Like I've done this like 11 years now. Like I'm not trying to say that I like deserve to be somewhere, but like it's like, yo, like you guys want to say that you deserve a spot, but you've been doing this like a year or 2. Yeah. Like dude, like come talk to me. And like I actually put work into this craft. Like not trying to take shots at certain people, but it's like sonically, whenever like the music can be like just not all there, and it's like for someone who's been like doing this a minute, it's like you want to say that you want to be in my spot. I don't know, it just kind of goes to different areas, and it's like if you want to talk your game, you better put in the work, because for someone like me, it's like I said, I'm not sitting here saying that I deserve something, but like it's like sometimes it takes a long time, and like if you really love it and you care about it like that, like, are you willing to wait 10 years, 11 years, 15 years until, like, something might pop? Like, right. Because I think that just, like, this has built my character so much, and I just don't want to see other artists, like, get fucked over and not have the knowledge. So it's, like, I'm not saying that I know everything, but, like, I've been around the block when it comes to music, like, as far as traveling and working with certain artists and doing shows and whatnot, so... Yeah, it's just definitely one of those talk shit songs.
Yeah. Do you think it's like? Do you think that comes from like impatience? People have being impatient. Like, fuck, why aren't I there already?
Yes, because I go through the same shit. Like, I'd be a hypocrite if I said that. Like, I'm super patient. I don't care how long it takes. Like, not like every year. I'm like, something has to give. Something has to give. Something has to give. But at the same time, it really is like how much work you put into it. Because I work a full-time job, part-time job, and then do this music thing and still try and make time for my friends and everything. So the people who really go after it that I've watched, like the people who just, you know, have made stuff like Flatbush Zombies or anything like that, like they really dedicated every second to this.
Right.
And that's something that, like, at this moment in time I can't do because there's no money there, but, you know, you kind of do what you can.
Absolutely.
Do what you can. Keep a positive mindset, because that impatient shit can get to you.
Right. It definitely can. And I know, like, it gets to me sometimes too. And, you know, that's part of, like, why I don't edit this, because, like, I want to keep it real and I want to show, like, what, you know, is actually happening, and not just, like, oh, you know, overnight success. Like,
Exactly.
There's no fucking overnight success.
Nah,
And
I mean, you have a
I've
couple.
heard it a million times. There's no overnight success. It takes 10 years of hard work to become an overnight success.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Those 10,000 hour rule.
Yeah.
10,000 hour, yeah.
Yep.
yeah.
It's true, though. It's true. I mean, you have some people, like, I think it was Post Malone that, like, dropped White Iverson. Like, that was, like, his first song he ever made. I don't know how true that is, but, like, that kind of blew up overnight. And I don't know how long he was making music prior to that. I think it was, like, a year or two. Something. I don't know.
There are people
There's
who have
anomalies.
been doing it longer.
Yeah.
Exactly.
They're just the right
pocket.
the right shit happen.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean,
Connections, money.
law of attraction too. I mean,
Effort.
it's very possible they were just on the same, like, wavelength, that, you know, and they were able to meet the right people to put them in the right positions to be able to do the right things.
Right place, right time. It's,
Yeah.
like, huge.
Yeah.
It is huge.
Big. That's great. There's a lot of people who, they're in different times.
But just like you're saying, like, meeting the right people and everything, like, when we went out to California this year to do everything for that PF album, Rhythmic, like, we were supposed to, like, get lunch with Glasses Malone. And then he was like, oh, we're going to the studio, blah, blah. And, like, we walk in, this dude, like, oh, this is Problem, blah, blah. I was like, no idea what the hell Problem is. And sat down, kicked it with them, and then we left. And Aunt was like, yo, do you know who that is? I'm like, no. It was just like, yo, Problem, like, produced, like, I forget what song was for, like, E40, though.
Huh.
And, like, I, like, did my research. I'm like, this dude is a platinum-selling producer. What the fuck? Like, I didn't even plan to be in that situation. And, like, it's crazy that we were able to capture that in our video, too, for You Were the Best. But, like, something like that where we just intended to, like, first and foremost, we just were going to go to Cali and shoot a video.
Yeah.
Like, our videographer, Carlos Berber, he, like, knows Glasses Malone pretty well. He's done a few videos for him. And just happened to be around. He's like, yo, we're going to link up with Glasses. And then, like, ended up meeting this dude. I had no idea who he was. And he's, like, been in the industry since, I think, he was 17. And he's, like, 32.
Oh, wow.
Like, 32, 31. And I was just like, damn, this dude's been in it for a minute. I didn't even know who he was. But, like, that right place, right time kind of thing. Like, as long as he sees my face, if he sees me, he'll say, oh, yeah, I remember you came by, blah, blah, blah. Like, it's definitely all in relationships when it comes to this business.
Absolutely. It's not who you know, it's who knows you.
True.
You know?
Both.
Yeah. It's both.
Same thing.
It is both.
True to
But
both.
it's not the same thing either. Because you might remember the interaction with him, but if he doesn't remember that interaction with you,
True.
doesn't necessarily remember you.
True.
He doesn't necessarily know you. But he knows that you know him.
Mm.
But if he knows you, then he knows you. You know? And that's like, I mean, I don't know. It was something I took from a sales book that I kept repeating over and over throughout the book. It said, it's not who you know, it's who knows you. And, you know, I kind of try to apply that in my mind to social media.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have like 11 point something thousand followers, but at least 10,000 of those, I have no fucking clue who they are. And I'll be straight up honest about it. I would like to. Everybody, feel free to DM me, but like, whatever.
Yeah.
So, it's not who I know, it's who knows me. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like with people that are on, bigger scale, like more followers, bigger name, like whatever, it's probably just the same exact thing, just more, like where more people know them, but they don't necessarily know who knows them. you know. So, and then also, with people like sharing stuff around, that's what's gonna make people know you, and so
it's like the new word of mouth.
It's new word of mouth, exactly.
So I mean that's like what I came up on was literally slanging CDs in high school. Like that, like I'm not even kidding. Like that's the whole reason, because Ant went to Southwick High. I think it was junior year. Yeah, he came back senior year, and like him going out there and like slanging our tapes out there and in Agawam, like we were able to pull hundreds of kids to my backyard. Like that's like nice. it was just crazy to see that, like, dude, like the internet was like a thing back then, but it wasn't like as much of a thing.
What years are you talking? Like
we started in we pretty much like were serious in like 05. 09 is I'm pretty sure when we made Live Love Life, and that was like our first like that. I'm pretty sure that was the year. That was around. We made that album while he was at Southwick.
Not everybody was on the internet.
Not
like now. But I mean, that's
everybody.
We were on like sites like Pure Volume and like Reverb Nation and stuff like that. But like those things weren't like as poppin' as like YouTube is now or SoundCloud or anything like.
Right.
But yeah, the social media is definitely the new word of mouth right now.
Absolutely. And, I think in person, word of mouth is important too.
So important.
I think even more important, but it's just not as duplicatable. At least not as easily.
Exactly. Yeah. It's not like I can afford a flight every week to LA, you know what I'm saying, and spend the money on it. Yeah, exactly, yeah.
It's way more affordable to just be like, all right, well, I want people in LA to see this.
Exactly.
I'm going to go to Instagram and I'm going to target people in LA.
Yeah. It works. And trust me, it works.
So.
It works.
And you never know what opportunities it can bring you. I recently just put out a video for Big Brother to, like, an audition video. And so, I don't know if you ever heard of that show, but CBS does it.
Yep.
And so, anyways, it's supposed to be less than 2 minutes, and so I put one out, like 2 minutes exactly, and it's got a little over 11,000 likes right now, which I've never gotten on any of my videos ever.
Yeah, I saw that.
Fucking insane, right?
Yeah.
And, so that was just, like, pretty cool, and then, people were commenting, like, put him on, at CBS Big Brother, put him in, or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and so, I don't know. I want to keep that going and see if something can happen from it.
Yeah.
But I've also been reaching out through Instagram to a lot of the people that have been on the show and seeing, like, what advice they have and whatever. Some of them have watched it as well.
Because they're really just people.
Because they're really just people. Everybody's just a person.
And that DM thing, like, works as far as, like, business, like, it's crazy. It's like, so much more direct now. It's not, like, go through an email, wait for, like, their manager to fucking do anything. It's just a direct person.
Just a direct person. And, sometimes it is, sometimes it's not.
Yeah.
But
most of the time.
Most of the time it is. But, I mean, you never know either. But either way, I definitely had people respond back to me, and definitely had some of those house guests watching my video. So that was, like, really cool.
Yeah.
And I don't know, hopefully they pick me, but it's up to the universe now. Right place, right time, law of attraction. It'll all work out. Everything always does. So, yeah. So what are some things you're working on, Eddie? Flipping cars?
Cars, I guess, yeah.
That's cool.
A little bit of everything,
A little bit of everything, yeah. I liked your idea of a video series on flipping stuff from Craigslist.
Craigslist
start with $5 and you gotta turn it into 1,000.
I thought of a challenge, 1 month.
Craigslist challenge.
Craigslist challenge, 1 month. You start with $5, and then you try to turn it into 1,000 in a month. Only on Craigslist.
Possible. Extremely possible. Even with just like that, like, free section.
Yeah. Work with the free stuff, get stuff, resell it.
Yep.
Trading is huge. You could even get jobs on Craigslist, like day job, like not day job, but like a side hustle job, like go rake someone's leaves and shit. But the main thing is you start with $5, have a month. If you take someone who's unemployed, give them a month with $5 to turn into $1,000. It's like a series, turn into like segments, like a YouTube show. You know what I mean?
So sick.
Do you want to actually start that?
That would be dope. Honestly,
more about it, but
yeah.
That would be interesting because you'd see mad random people, you'd deal with mad random shit, and you just talk to them and be like, yo, it was okay if I film, because I'm making a series, and if they're not, like, you just fucking don't film their face, or you blur it out or whatever, and, like, you're going to have some weird Craigslist interactions, for sure. Yeah. Because you're going to be doing, like, 100 interactions or so. You
deal with enough people, you know what I mean? Like, you're going to get some raises.
$5.
Yeah.
And that's like a positive fucking thing to do. Like, just help people make a little money. Like, that's, I don't know, like, that's just the craziest part of the internet that we can, like, do that now.
Yeah.
You know?
It almost it could show, too, like, anyone, like, if you're, like, 16 and you don't have a job or whatever, you know, but you have the free time, you can just
put in the time.
Yeah. And it'll be real, you know?
Yeah.
We had to knock on people's doors in the neighborhood back in the day. Like, you got the internet now. Like
the newspaper classifieds.
Exactly. We did a little highlighter or marker, just
selling cars on those back in the day. It'd be like in those ads, like those dollar newspaper. What were they called?
Oh, like
dealer.
Yeah. I was gonna say like auto buyer or something like
auto
that.
trader. You like post your car on there. Now we have Craigslist, but back then, you have to go find somebody with a good like street to put it on.
Yeah.
Right.
It's different. Times are changing.
Yeah, times are changing.
It's crazy.
But.
And it hasn't even been that long.
No, man, the internet is exploding.
It's only changing faster and faster, too.
Yeah. Artificial intelligence is going to be the next thing, dude. Like, we're
already here.
Yeah, I know, but we're going to have, like,
just not
glasses, like, virtual reality. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty much it.
Plug me into a computer.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Like,
let me not move from this
spot. It's going to be, like screens.
Matrix, bro.
You
Matrix.
know?
Plug me in. Let me go in there.
This whole time, that movie was just like made from the future.
Yeah.
People from the future came back
to make it.
There's a little trailer.
Yeah.
The whole movie was a trailer of our future.
Yeah.
Idiocracy was a trailer of our future.
That movie freaked me the fuck out.
Yeah.
I don't know why, but I like watched that on Comedy Central one night, and it just freaked me out.
Bro, it's because it's happening.
Yeah. See, but that's it was like super believable. I was like, what the fuck? I can't watch this.
It's written as a comedy, but it's literally becoming a documentary, dude.
That's scary. That's scary.
And I don't know. Stupid people need to stop reproducing. That's just like the truth. And I don't know. I mean, good. I wasn't on camera there. I was on that one, but that's alright. I don't care. I'm keeping it in. Yeah, and then smarter people that can be intelligent with their money and whatever. Like, I don't know.
More
not even just money, but like, yeah.
More
like,
compassion, more
exactly.
empathy,
intellect,
kindness.
Yeah, and not like as wasteful, you know? Like, we need less people being wasteful.
I believe that there's a time and place for everything.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I've never been like a part of the like big party scene or anything like that. As a kid, I went to parties and whatnot, and like, I was lazy. I had my lazy years, but like I feel like it's just like the evolution of like a human being. Like, at least right now, like the whole fact of like growing up. Like, I don't like the whole growing up thing. Like, I think you should always keep the kid in you, but like that's where the kindness comes from.
Right.
Is that like you get older and people just get bitter. I feel like what we view as just like lack of intellect and stuff is just like we're saying, like lack of compassion, lack of kindness. Like, they're thinking internally constantly, when it's like there's a time and place for that too, to like find yourself, so to speak, in your 20s or whatnot. But like, when you keep doing that through your 30s and 40s, and you stay bitter and you stay angry, or you just stay careless, so to speak, and people like that can get lazy. But like,
right,
I don't know, like you just gotta find what drives you, and I think a lot of people lack that too. Like, I've had a ton of people message me and be like, yo, like, I love your music so much because I lack that outlet. Like, all I have is to listen to your music. I'm not artistic like that. And to hear that like sucks because like the way music makes me feel, like I could be dead broke if you give me like a studio, like I will not leave that spot. Like that, and like family and my friends who are close to me, like that's like what matters to me, you know. And I feel like when you have that perspective, you kind of lose that like you want to be interested in other things and learn about stuff, like the way you are with cars, the way and with music, like the stuff that just like drives you and makes you get those goosebumps like you had when you were like 15 and like heard that motor. Like when I heard like Tech 9, I was like obsessed with him, like completely obsessed with his live show, his delivery, his topics. Like he was and is diverse as fuck, like and he stood out, and like I admired that, and that's something that I like drive to be too. Like I don't want to, just like we were saying before, like I don't want to be in a box. I want to be like my own thing, but not have a ceiling on my creativity or like my level of happiness. Like, but I think that a lot of people could definitely use some compassion in their life. They wouldn't be so angry or act so foolishly in times that they shouldn't.
For sure.
Especially getting older.
Yeah.
So less of the small shit.
Yeah. It's all small stuff. I mean, if we think about it, 100 years from now, nobody's going to remember anything that we did ever. You know?
It's true. I mean, like, specifically, no, but like...
No. Well, in
maybe
general.
100, but maybe,
general,
like, you know...
Maybe a couple hundred.
If you do something crazy. But,
yeah. Like, you're only going to remember, like,
still,
a few
10,000
generations
years,
at most.
Exactly.
10,000 years ain't going to matter at all.
Nothing.
Yeah.
Right.
I've had, like, the
100 might be too small.
100, yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You probably might, you know, depends what you do.
100's too small.
10,000.
But 10,000.
Yeah.
Is there going to be humans?
Yeah.
No, I'm just kidding.
You know, 5,000 years. I mean, I'm sure those robots that were
You'll be in the memory of
eventually
the AI.
coming into,
True. You know what? That is something that I feel like is super possible, though. Like, seeing all the AI and the VR stuff, I'm just like, I feel like maybe, like, memories and stuff might be able to be captured, like, a little bit more vividly.
Yeah. Like,
you're going to be able to film memories.
That would be...
There's going to be... That'd be insane. There's going to be way more...
I can't even wrap my head around that.
That's gonna be
dreams.
my whole YouTube channel. It's gonna be like, oh shit,
That'd be fine.
that was a good memory. Oh fuck, that was
Just puke
awesome.
it out. Like...
Yeah.
But if you think about it, there's so many memories that are being recorded because there's so much more being recorded now on
Than
your
ever
cell phone.
before.
It's so true.
Right.
The fact that like our kids
But it's not
are gonna be
every
able to
single
see,
memory
like,
either.
not just photos.
Yeah,
and
you
not
look
just
at your
VCR.
grandparents and you have like a few pictures, you know, like low quality pictures of them, and you can't really grasp just from their photos and stuff like what their life
You guys
was
down
like.
to take questions?
Yeah.
I'm down to take questions, absolutely.
But nowadays
10,000 photos in our phone, like
people when we're like 50, 60 or whatever, you know, younger people, family members are gonna be like they're gonna see so much shit, and they're gonna really have a good idea of like what our life was like because people are constantly filming and taking pictures like insane amounts, you know.
It's honestly like beautiful to me. Like that's like cool as shit. Like
yeah, to the fact that like even if you didn't do music or you didn't do something, you still have like videos, you know,
document
like, or it's awesome to film stuff. It's like it's awesome to live in the moment too, but like to have a video like going and shit, like just to look back.
Exactly.
It's
All right, are you guys ready for questions?
Ready.
All right.
5 questions.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. So, this is the question that came in first. Eddie, I'm gonna let you answer this.
Oh, can we all answer it?
We can all answer it, I guess. But I don't know that I even want to touch this question, truthfully.
I'm looking at it right now. I'm live.
Would you rather have a colostomy bag or kill a dog?
A what?
What the hell is a colostomy bag?
I know what a colostomy bag is, but what's the other thing?
Or kill a dog?
Oh, kill a dog?
Yeah.
Colostomy bag all the way, dude. I can't kill a dog. Are you serious? Holy shit.
Kill a dying dog.
Okay, like putting it out of its misery?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Alright, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'll say that too. If it was a dying dog, I'd put it out of its misery, but
Work around the question.
if it was just a dog, like living its life, colostomy bag, put it on me. Like,
Yeah. I would probably take the suffering over, killing the animal.
Easily.
Alright, the next question is, what's your favorite memory? This was directed at me, but then, we'll give it to you. My favorite memory is right now, because now is all we have. So I'm enjoying it as we go.
Well, right now it's not really a memory though. It's just the moment.
Well,
I'm enjoying it.
But that 2 seconds ago that I was just filming, that was a memory.
So that's 2 seconds ago. A few seconds ago was your favorite memory.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Fair enough.
Yeah, the seconds I just lived.
He says a healthy dog.
A healthy dog.
Okay, but how long do I have to wear the bag for? 5 minutes?
Are we talking lifelong here? Like
you weren't detailed enough.
All right. Here, what's your favorite memory?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Geez, that's a huge question for favorite. You probably think of a good memory.
Okay. First one that comes to mind. Ready, go.
Wow. I don't know. I gotta think about that.
Yeah, take some time. You got one off the top of your mind, or you good?
Oh shit.
Favorite memory? Oh my god.
The next question that came in said, "What's your second favorite memory?" I'm not doing that.
We gotta elaborate on these questions.
We're gonna come up to like third and then fourth. Where the fuck do we draw the line?
What's your favorite memory?
We're drawing the line now. Only one.
One memory.
Just one great memory that came to mind.
The first time I ever ate pizza.
Yeah.
I would never eat it. I refused to eat it, and then I didn't eat. Like I was like doing shit for like a whole day, and I didn't eat, and then the pizza was so good. I was like 5. I remember
Nice.
it. That was a good memory.
What about you?
Oh man, a really good memory. I don't know, man. Oh,
For me,
God.
I want to say
a good one.
it was the second time that I had smoked weed. It wasn't until after I got like back to my house where I was able to actually enjoy it. But after after I was home, I was able to really enjoy it, and I was like, oh wow, shit, that's why people do this, because the first time was like I was sketched out. The entire time I was pacing around my friend's room, his house, I mean, and he was just like, dude, you can chill with us, and you can just sit down, and I'm like, no, I can't, and just, I was freaking out, but, yeah, I don't know. You got a favorite memory?
Yeah, I think I have one. I used to make, like, a bunch of, like, home videos of like me dancing to like pop songs, and like my sister used to do it all the time too, but it was like wicked like weird and awkward, and I came across them like I think like last winter or something like that, and there was one that I had of like it was like my 9 or 10-year-old birthday, and it was like on my front lawn. I like was like playing like In Sync or something, and like watching, I'm like, what? The whole neighborhood must have been like dying laughing in their houses, like seeing this kid like solo dance routining, like
playing it like live,
loud, like it was loud enough. Like I was watching the video, and I'm like, that is, my whole family is watching me do this, and now I'm watching myself like 20 years in the future. It was just that just made me.
You were having fun.
Definitely having fun. I did not give a single fuck.
It's mad funny now looking at it, right?
Super funny. You definitely see like where it was coming from this whole time.
All right. This next question that came in: what slang do you use for weed? And then it says gas ? Loud ?
Piff.
Loud piff.
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 Okay.
I've definitely been using loud.
Wow.
Kind of a lot. Fire is kind of what I go to.
Dang.
Smoking fire.
Fire. Huh.
Yeah, smoking fire.
I usually say weed.
Grass. Eddie.
Grass.
Or
Eddie.
sometimes I say live.
We need to go down the list.
Yeah. Flower. That's another one.
Yeah.
Herbs.
Herb. Yeah. Herb.
Chronic.
Yeah. All right. I'm not gonna do this next question. Fuck that.
Don't want to walk in those waters.
It's just not the direction I want to go here.
Got you.
So, all right. Eddie, did you come up with a good memory? Oh, yeah, the first time you ate pizza. Yep. That's right. All right, and then I said mine, and then, all right, cool. It fell. Oh, it didn't fall? No. It's all good. All right.
I really like this pillow.
So,
It's a cool design.
Yeah, no, I don't got any more questions. You got any more questions?
Well, I wasn't sure if anyone else on. I'm one of 3 people on.
Yeah.
Watching the live right now.
Yeah, I know, right?
We're starting small, you know?
Absolutely.
And you're going to make this into a YouTube video, right?
Yeah.
I can go on my live and see if there's anyone that wants to ask a question.
All right.
You can merge them.
You can. Oh.
Yeah.
Let me do that.
All right. There we go. See? That was meant to happen.
How do I do that again?
I'll
request.
Yeah, you just got to request it. Making moves.
This is all like delayed.
Holy, that's trippy as fuck.
Yeah, that and that. It's everywhere. There's screens.
It's the trifecta.
Oh, wow. All right. So now we're going live. Are we going through 2 or are we going through 1?
Oh, I'm going to turn the sound off.
Oh.
What the f?
All right. All right.
I'm on both.
Yeah? Both. Yeah.
Turn the sound down.
All right. Oh, damn, dude. This is really cool.
Turn your sound down.
Yeah, because it's echoing.
Alright, we're taking questions.
Yeah. But they got to be questions that we want to answer.
I'm an open book. You can ask me anything.
All right, fine. I'll ask you this question that's written there. It says, would you rather pee and poop in your pants while giving a presentation at work or have butt implants for 1 year?
Butt implants for 1 year. Or piss and shit in my pants.
It's a weird fucking question.
Yeah, but I really want to answer. I'm trying to think of what would be better.
I don't know.
Cause butt implants, I don't know if that would be comfortable.
Well,
how big of butt implants are we talking?
It says huge.
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 How
huge is huge?
Like a volleyball?
I don't know.
Volleyball, beach ball, medicine ball. Medicine ball is kind of sweet.
Like Kim K.
That's pretty big.
Dude, this is cool as shit. That we have.
I would look sexy as hell, but I don't know if I'd be comfortable with that. Cause they'd have to be really good butt implants, I think. Cause shitting and pissing myself, I didn't even like doing that as a kid.
Yeah.
That's just one of the most uncomfortable feelings that I'm so happy that I haven't felt in years.
Right.
I think I'd have to go with the butt implants for a year. For a year,
because that's only temporary. You know.
That wouldn't be too bad.
But all right, cool.
I'll say butt implants.
All right. Yeah. Anybody else got questions for us? We're taking questions. Otherwise, we're just gonna come up with random shit to talk about. Any second now.
Yo, Victor. Yo, we're taking questions, Victor. We got random question. Random.
What's good? Life is good.
That's a good question. What's good?
It was a great question.
Really good question. What's good? Life is good.
Life is good. That's what's good.
You know what? That's my favorite question right there.
Life is good. How long he been rapping? I assume that's you, not
Rapping, I've been writing since I was 10 and doing I've been rapping since I was 13.
13.
But taking everything seriously since I was 15 and I'm 27 now, so.
Who are your
11,
biggest
12.
influences?
Biggest influences? I think I'm obviously Tech 9, ICP, but my as far as recently, definitely John Bellion. I'm a super big fan of Bon Iver. A lot of singer-songwriters, a lot of alternative indie stuff, West Coast stuff, Laney. I just got into Maisie Peters, a bunch of different stuff. I have a very eclectic taste, so kind of into everything except country, super twangy country. I don't really like that too much. So, I kind of grew up on that, but not my forte. At least not right now. Maybe I'll get into it later, but pretty much into everything.
Richard Brown says, why does Ed have his own camera view?
Because he deserves it.
Because he joined our live stream, that's why.
Yeah, I joined it.
He
That's
joined
why
it.
you see it.
And You know, you see him on mine going live through his.
Double view.
Double view. And, yeah. I got another question I wanted to ask you.
So,
you don't have to answer if you don't want to.
I'm going to answer it.
Cool. What is your real name? Because it's probably not Descendant, right?
No,
It's not like Descendant Jones.
So by government, I hate it when people call me this, and all my friends know it. You know, my real name's Andrew.
Okay.
But I go by Andy.
Okay.
Don't ask me why I don't like Andrew. Just don't like it the way it rolls off the tongue. Just don't like it.
All right.
I've kind of like grown up on Andy my whole life, so yeah. I like Drew. I like any other kind of combination, but for some reason Andrew, I'm like, it's just like a very like bland name to me.
All right.
I love it, but
it sounds like you're saying Andrew.
Yeah, like it's just like too much. I don't know why. I like Andy. It's like simple, not too much to it.
All right. Why'd you choose the name Descendant?
Well, I went through a couple names. I was when I first like started, I was Nitro with that exclamation point. I have no idea why, but I thought that just looked cool. And then after that, I was Trauma because I was just going through my horrorcore phase after like getting into ICP and stuff. I just did a lot of horrorcore writing, so Trauma was the name. And then Descendant came when like I was getting like a lot more conscious, because I used to like actually come up with random murder stories when I was a kid. If anyone knows me that far back, when I was Trauma, I made an album called Plague of Trauma that was just like a whole horrorcore album. If anyone has it, I mean, they're lucky enough to have that, because that was some dark ass shit. But Descendant came because we grew up on this like slogan, me and Aunt, originality can last, and it was just kind of like we want to be our own thing always. And I kind of feel like, in a way, the way that I have my own originality, I kind of grabbed from early hip-hop, you know, like jazz from like the 50s and 60s, just kind of like different melodies, and kind of grabbing from everything. I see myself as like my energy, like being as like a ancestor of like not just hip-hop, but as like music, as being original. I hear a lot of rappers like use that in their songs. Like Logic used it, like he feels like he's a descendant of hip-hop. And it's like I kind of like just kind of view myself. I'm not saying I'm the king of like ancestors or anything like that. It's just, I don't know, the name kind of stuck, and it's kind of hard to spell, but it stuck for a while, and a lot of people will just come up to me like, "Yo, Descendant." It's like kind of weird, but I get where it's coming from, so I don't mind it.
Gotcha. Okay, well, I'm glad you enjoy it.
Yeah, I've thought of a name change, but we'll see what happens.
Yeah. What would you change it to if you were?
I don't know. I tried to dance around my like government name as much as I could, but I couldn't figure out anything like creative. I like
that you call it your government name and not like your birth name, or you know. Your
I don't know.
name.
That's I don't know why I say that, but yeah, I've just been kind of trying to dance around that. I came up with a name recently, but it kind of would correlate more to my like acoustic stuff, not so much my my hip hop stuff. Have that be like a separate project, but I'm not gonna drop that name yet. Because I really feel like that'll be the name if I go acoustically, like just do like an acoustic album.
Well, I hope when you drop the name, it's on a Coach Bergen Show.
Yes. We'll do this again when I'm ready to drop that.
Awesome. Sounds good. So the next question says, why was Coach in a coma? So that's me. And I don't know if you knew this. I was in a coma for 3 weeks about 3 years ago. And I was almost dead. The doctors told my parents, best case scenario, I would be a vegetable the rest of my life.
What?
So, like, as you can see, I'm clearly not. And I don't know, I had all these crazy, vivid dreams when I was in it. And everything felt like it was real. Very crazy. And when I woke up, I thought everything was true. Like, from everything that I had just dreamed, because it felt so real. And, like, I did not believe that I couldn't walk. When they brought me to the rehab center to teach me to walk again, on the way over there in the ambulance, I had convinced the guys that I could walk. And then they brought me up to my room, and then they were going to let me walk to my bed. from the wheelie thing. And I feel like my foot got caught on one of the covers, but it's very possible that I just couldn't fucking walk.
Yeah.
And when I went to step off the bed, I almost fell. They had to catch me before I hit my head. And then, so the doctor on the very first night there told me it was going to be probably a year that I would be in there. And I said, well, I'm going to be home next week. And then, he started laughing at me. He's like, it's going to be at least a few months, and then we'll talk from there. And I said, well, no offense, doctor, but you don't know me. I am going to be home next week. And I was home a week to that day.
That's crazy.
Oh, I didn't even answer the question. It says, why were you in the coma? Okay, so I had a bunch of seizures one day. I had never had them before in my life. Thankfully, I haven't had them since. And I had 15 one day. And, my brain was just, swelling, and it was crazy.
Holy
I wasn't
shit.
eating that day because, I couldn't stomach anything. I didn't drink any water, any tea, anything. I was, super dehydrated. I just wasn't, feeling like I could consume anything.
Mm-hmm.
Then, they just, my brother and his girlfriend at the time brought me to the hospital, and then, I was in there for a while. Do you know why? Why I had the seizures? No. I believe that it was probably a lot of stress, a lot of overwork, and a lot of not relaxing enough. And I think that, not really enjoying life at that time, but trying to pretend I was, and not just being real with myself. And so it is what it is.
Can
but
really relate.
I've been working on a movie script ever since then, because I wanted to make sure that I made something of it and not just let it be for nothing. You know what I'm saying? Life happens for you, not to you.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted the coma to happen for me instead of to me. And so I'm using my story to, be able to share with people, be able to inspire people. And I'm going to be making a movie. It's going to be called Coma Dreams. So, check out the Instagram for that, Coma Dreams Movie. And I don't know when it will happen. I know eventually it'll be made. And, my agent says that he's gonna sell it to WWE. So, we'll see. Eddie knows who my agent is. And, somebody else told me that they can probably get me in touch with Matt Damon for it. I don't know how true that is, but I believe that more than the first person telling me they'll sell it to WWE.
WWE.
Yeah. Yeah, he was a pilot for them. 30 years. And I don't know. But I think I got high hopes for a living, That's what I've been telling myself. But I'm just going to keep going with it and keep moving forward. And it's going to happen eventually. So, yeah. When I was in the rehab center, the dude that was my roommate in there, it was this guy named Alfredo. And he actually, Matt Damon isn't going to play me. This dude says Matt Damon can play
Why are you getting comments and I'm not?
I don't know. It doesn't show it on yours?
I'm going to disconnect and reconnect.
Okay. Matt Damon's not going to play me. I'm going to play me. That's the only way that I am selling this movie script, is if I get to keep creative control and I get to star, because that's the way I want to go in, and that's the way I want this to happen. Kind of like how Sylvester Stallone did with Rocky. He did not have a lot of acting experience when he first had the script and everything and wanted to sell it, and they were going to offer him a decent amount of money, and they said, but we don't want you starring in it. And he said, no, I have to star in it. This is my script. And, they said, all right, well, then we're not buying it. And then, he ended up selling his dog because he couldn't take care of it. And, you know, barely living, you know, barely getting by for the longest time. And then finally they decided they wanted to buy his script, and with him attached. So he ended up getting like as much as he was going to before, if not more. I don't know. I don't remember the money part of it, but I know he got to stay attached to the script, the movie script. And that was like his deal. So that's what I want for myself. That's how I'm going to bring myself to that level. And also, he did end up buying his dog back, but it was for like 16 times more than the amount that he had sold it for.
16?
16 times. Like,
what kind of dog was it?
Well, he knew he had money.
The dude just
sentimental value, supply and demand.
True.
Yeah, supply and demand.
Just some
the dude
dirtbag
just like
shit.
upsell them. Yeah, the dude was being a douchebag.
It's like, that was my dog.
Yeah, I know, right? I know.
You want him? Fucking $50K.
Yeah. So, I mean, I don't know. But anyways, that dog ended up starring in the movie with him. And, I mean, I have a dog that I'm going to have star in the movie because I don't, you know, whatever. There's
You get a dog.
Point. I have 2 dogs at my house. I don't really want a dog.
Just rent a dog real quick.
Just rent a dog.
Toby
Yeah. I don't know that I even need it for my movie though. But so anyways, when I was in the rehab center, there was this dude Alfredo that was in there. He was my roommate in there, and he didn't live that far from me. It was like probably 45 minutes away. And so anyways, his story, he was in a wheelchair. He was paralyzed from the waist down. And I guess what had happened was he was at this party, and this dude had wanted to fight him, and he was like, no, I don't want to fight. And then the kid ended up leaving and coming back with a gun and ended up shooting him in the back of the neck. And so this dude Alfredo was paralyzed from the waist down. But he was the most positive motherfucker ever. And I'm so glad that he was my roommate in there. Because if it was somebody that was hating their life, I probably would not have moved as quickly, like, to get better. You know, I probably wouldn't have been, you know.
Environment is everything.
Environment's very important. And so anyways, he was telling me he felt bad for the dude that shot him. Because he was like, his life is fucked up for the rest of it. And he goes, I'm going to be walking again, you know, so then I'll be fine. And so, I don't know, that was just, like, really cool for me to be able to have him there. And there was a bunch of times, like, in that rehab center where they didn't want me to walk on my own. They didn't want me to move in the bed because, like, I was paralyzed on the left side of my body, which I actually didn't even realize until I could move again. But after, like, I was able to move again, I started walking on my own. And I took, you know, probably 50, 60 trips to the bathroom, but like without them even knowing that entire week that I was there. And sometimes I didn't even have to go. I just like wanted to walk. And, you know, one time they caught me because I was like sitting in one of the chairs, and then they were like, how'd you get to the chair? And I was like, I don't really know. You guys just kind of bring me everywhere, and I just get from point A to point B. I don't really know what happened. And, you know, just kind of playing, like, the coma angle and whatever. And then they ended up sending in, like, another professional doctor or something, and is, like, I don't know. He was just, like, testing me on all kinds of stuff, and I don't know, it caused way more of a problem. And then finally, I don't know, I just kept doing it though. But they had this bed alarm that would go off every time I would move. So what I had learned was I watched somebody shut it off after I moved, and then I was able to shut it off on my own after that. And yeah, that made it like pretty easy. And there was another time where they had caught me walking, and then they were like, oh, who's watching you? And Alfredo was like, oh, I'm watching him. He's all right. And, like, meanwhile, he's in his bed, you know, paralyzed from the waist down. Like, what the fuck's he gonna do?
I'm watching him.
You know? But he was there, you know, and was like, I'm watching him. He's all right, and you know, that was just like, that was cool of him. Yeah, I don't know. It was an experience though, and I'm gonna make something from it. I don't know what,
That's a wild story.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Like 15 times in one day. Like, geez.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was actually hanging out with Eddie the night before, and Jared, who was with us earlier, but he's not here now, and yeah, I don't know, but it was just a crazy day, and then it became a crazy month, and yeah, but it became a hell of a story too. So, yeah.
How long ago was that again?
3 years ago. Like 3 years ago, starting in January. Like in January, it'll be 3 years. It was actually on my mom's birthday.
Get out of here.
I'm serious.
That's terrible.
I know, right?
Oh my god.
And like before I had quit my last like official job where I was a health coach, I had ended up getting into the hospital, and you know, the day I had gone to the hospital for that was my dad's birthday, and so that was like pretty just crazy. So hopefully nobody turns 50 anytime soon, you know, because I'm tired of going to the fucking hospital.
Yeah.
But,
imagine that.
yeah. All right. So I don't know, man. We got any more questions or?
I don't know. If there's any more questions, anyone else want to go on? Like someone else could go on live with you and ask questions.
Yeah, if they want to, they can join in. Who's watching that wants to go live? Who wants to join us? Anybody? First one to send it gets it. This is the Coach Bergen Show. You can be a part of it or not. Yeah.
Hey, camera time.
Yeah.
Camera time.
We got 4 people. All right. Descendant's going to take it. You go live 3 years. I think this could become a new thing. Yeah.
I wonder if it shows up
I don't
when
think
he's live, or does it just show up that you're live when he joins yours? I'm about to find that out.
Why would it not?
I don't know. If it might just say that he won't.
It might show up for both.
Might not like.
It would be through his camera if like you're on Instagram and then you click onto his.
That's what I'm saying. If his pops up and says he's live.
Yeah. See if you can request it.
Are you?
Yes, we got it.
He's not. It doesn't show him then.
Yeah, he's not yet. You gotta give it 4 seconds.
Dun, dun, dun,
But then it'll like. So if you were to watch it through mine, it would just be seeing my camera angle. If you're watching it through his, it's gonna be his camera view. Like.
But I wonder if I'm not friends with you. If I'm just friends with him, then it would show up. You know what I mean? To get his friends onto it. You know what I mean?
It would show up on his.
I'm gonna go live too. See if anybody.
Yeah.
See if anybody comes in.
See if you can join it. We have less than 2 minutes, so we gotta figure this shit out.
Wasn't 2 minutes and this is over?
Yeah, because Instagram's just gonna cut off. But we can always restart it and do more. I mean, it doesn't fucking matter to me, personally.
Got one fan in here.
You know what?
Jamie, if you got a question, we're doing a live stream here with Matt Bergen, homie Eddie. Got any questions? Question away. I am overtired, stoned, and more overtired, so
yeah.
I want the creativity to come out here.
We got a minute left. Let's get some kind of question going. Jamie, you got this. You got a question.
Tannen.
White Wolf! Oh my god, shouts to White Wolf. Holy shit, the fact that he joined us, that is amazing.
Awesome.
Shouts to White Wolf and Nothing Nowhere. Nothing Nowhere is my favorite fucking person. Right? I forgot to add that to the influences. Nothing Nowhere is like one of the greatest entities to ever live.
Hey, so when you watch this, does it show both screens?
I'm not watching it. I started my own.
You started your own?
Hey, let's go.
You said your own.
It's a literal trifecta of lives right now.
Let's see if I can pull in anyone.
All right. Well,
there's like
you
3
couldn't join this one.
You can't do a triple.
You can't do triple.
No.
You can do like 4 times, dude. They definitely have things
Not
for
much,
that.
man.
So new music. There's a question. New music.
The shit.
It is being created. I promise.
You got 10 seconds.
If people see you on Instagram, you see a brand new song being made. Maybe a project. I don't know. Maybe a project. I don't know. I'm gonna keep itching my beard. You're gonna wonder why. Boom.
All right. Well, my live just ended. Did yours end with it?
Yeah.
All right.
I
Cool.
didn't, but I only have one person.